your signing come about, joining the 36ers?
Say again.
How did the signing come about?
I was talking with Coach Mike, and he was looking for a big guy who could kind of do a little bit of like inside and outside. So we were talking on the phone, and it just came about that they needed an extra guy at the 4-5 position, and ever since then it moved pretty quickly.
How was it going from meeting your teammates in Cairns to lining up with them in such a quick amount?
Yeah, no, that was it was a quick turnaround for sure. But I've done it before with different teams, and especially like playing overseas, like you just got to get used to it. But definitely coming off a 26-hour, 28-hour day, flight is just it was exhausting. So I told Coach I just wanted to get out there and show a little bit of what I could do, and also like kind of gel with the team. But the guys they're great guys. They welcome me with open arms. Very easy to get along with. So I'm just super blessed to be here.
What was your first impression of seeing a guy like Bryce Cotton, sharing a call with him?
Man, he's special. And I played against Bryce in Puerto Rico, and I know he's had a great career here. He's been incredible. And I'm really excited to play with him, but especially the game that I saw up close and personal on the bench, it was just it's amazing how he could just score and facilitate how he can and just get everybody else involved. He's a true leader. So I'm very excited to play with him, and just off the court, just such a great guy, humble dude, and it's just really exciting to play with somebody of that caliber.
Do you know much about Adelaide? Is any of the guys offered to show you around?
Yeah, I know a little bit about Adelaide now. Henley Beach, that's my spot. You know what I mean? Go out there, have some coffee. But no, like I said, like the guys, they've been great. Isaac White, DJ, Matt Kenyon, Z, all of them really have just been really like welcoming, and just anything I need, they just say, don't just hit me up whenever. So it's been great. I love the town so far. It's a little cold out here, but I'm from Chicago, so I'm used to it.
Did you know much about Australia before coming down?
I didn't know much about Australia. I knew about the league though. I knew about NBL. I got a lot of good friends who play in the NBL. Milton Doyle is one of them. I grew up with him in Chicago, so I watched him play out here for years, and then I got to play with two guys on the same team actually. Jordan Hunter and Nathan Sobey were both on my team in Puerto Rico. So I knew about the league, but like not as like Australia as a place. So when I was driving on the right side of the road, that kind of freaked me out. So I'm still getting used to it, but no, it's been great so far.
You had your 28-hour flight and into a game. Are you fully 100% fit? Like, could you play starters minutes and go out, or you still need a bit of conditioning?
Off that flight?
I know from now.
Oh, no. I think like I could still use some conditioning and stuff. My last game in Puerto Rico was like the end of May, so it's been a while since I played in an actual game. So, but I think just like a couple more practices, maybe one more game, and I'll be ready to go.
How beneficial was that first game? I think it was about 15 minutes, but just getting a bit of a feel for those guys, getting up and down the court in the NBL environment. How beneficial was that coming into Thursday, where you'd probably be able to have a bit of a head start on things? Yeah, no, super beneficial, and that's what I talked to Coach about before the game, because he asked me, if I wanted to play or how I felt, and I just wanted to get in there and just gel with the guys. You know what I mean? I didn't know any of the offense or anything like that. We barely had, I think, just one shoot around that I had. And, I just told him, I was like, let me just go in there, gel with the guys, just get up and down too. I wanted to move my legs just because of that flight and things like that. So, but yeah, like I said, it was very beneficial. And I think not only did I get a lot from that, but also like the guys, they got a lot from, just kind of seeing how I play and stuff like that. And it gets better and better each practice. So, tomorrow is going to be better than today, I feel like.
Pretty tough league overall. How do you see the 36ers squad and it shaping up in these early days?
I think we look good. Like I said, this is my first year in the NBL, so, I only know so much. But as far as our team goes, You know, I think we have everything that we need to be successful. You know, obviously we got Bryce. We got all the role guys that we need, you know, guys like Z and, you know, just Matt Kenyon and everybody who knows like really how to play their role, DJ who could score. You know, you got Isaac Humphries who could score down low and give us that big man presence. Like you really have everything now. Like I come into the picture, give you a little bit of the inside, outside, help rebound, you know, things like that. So when you have a team that just has a group of guys who's just willing to do their role and to play their part, I feel like it's you know it's really good for the team chemistry, but also just going down the season and just becoming successful.
You touch on what you know about the city and about the league. What about the entertainment centre? What have people told you about? The entertainment centre normally sells out every game.
Oh yeah, no, I heard we have the best fans in the NBL, so I'm excited to see that on Thursday and Saturday. You know, I think they said, you know, it was 10,000 people or something like that. So that's a lot of people. You know, I haven't seen that many people since probably college, honestly. You know, so you know that's we need all the fans to come out, you know, show support because it does make a difference. You know, when we were in and I don't want to botch the pronunciation, but Kane or the Cans, sorry. You know, they had a great crowd too. You know what I mean? So the first, you know, couple minutes of the game when we were going back and forth, they were really into it. And then, you know, when we got out on that lead, you know, they kind of quieted down a little bit, but you know, they were into it. And I just saw the atmosphere and like how the game can kind of shift when you have the crowd behind you and stuff like that. So I'm super excited to see how that is on Thursday and Saturday.
You're a different kind of player to him, but obviously you come in as an import just after Trez has left. So is there anything daunting about sort of replacing a player of that quality, or is it even exciting?
No, I don't think so. You know, it's just for me, it's just I play how I play, and you know, me and Coach, we've had a lot of conversations about, you know, what my role is for this team and stuff like that. So I'm just here to do whatever I can to help the team win. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to replace anybody or you know, take anything away from anybody. Obviously, like I'm the new guy here, so I just want to kind of get in where I fit in. You know, just kind of do everything that I need to do to make this team successful. You know, because as you know, 6 year being a pro now, it's like the only thing that matters is if the team is winning games and does well. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just that's my biggest thing is just to come in here and just be whatever the team needs me to be. So, you know, like I said, I'm blessed to be here and I'm blessed to be a part of this team. And yeah, like I said, I'm just very excited to just be part of the team.